Welcome back to the Iraqi Dinar RV channel. Today, we're diving into a major announcement that's sending shockwaves across financial communities worldwide. Imagine if one policy change could shift the direction of an entire country's economy, and even ripple into your life, no matter where you live. That's exactly what's happening now with the Central Bank of Iraq's latest move. The much-speculated $2 exchange rate for the Iraqi dinar has officially been dropped. This decision is more than a monetary adjustment. It's a strategic economic maneuver that affects investors, citizens, and anyone following the future of the dinar. If you've been holding Iraqi currency, tracking the revaluation process, or simply trying to make sense of the headlines, this video is for you. Let's unpack the key points. What happened, why it matters, and what could come next. What just happened? For months, speculation surrounded the idea that Iraq was planning to revalue the dinar at around $2 per unit. This led to widespread excitement, especially among investors and members of the Iraqi diaspora. Many were hopeful that such a change could signal the start of a financial transformation for the country. However, the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, has officially dismissed the idea of a $2 exchange rate. This announcement marks a significant shift in policy and tone. Instead of charging ahead with a rapid revaluation, the CBI appears to be taking a more measured, realistic path. This doesn't mean the dinar won't gain value in the future, but it does mean that previous expectations are being recalibrated. The decision will influence how traders, foreign governments, and ordinary Iraqis view the dinar's path moving forward. Understanding the implications. When a country changes its exchange rate, it essentially redefines how its currency is valued in global markets. If one Iraqi dinar were to be worth $2, that would imply a powerful economic position, something that would place Iraq in an entirely new financial league. But by stepping away from that ambitious rate, the government is signaling that it intends to build its economic strength slowly and sustainably. Instead of a dramatic leap, we may see smaller, gradual adjustments in the value of the dinar over time. This change matters for many reasons. For Iraqi families, it affects the prices of imported goods. Things like food, medicine, and household items may become more expensive. For currency traders and investors, strategies and forecasts will now need to be reassessed. For international stakeholders, it provides insight into how Iraq intends to handle economic recovery and reform. Why the CBI made this move? Analysts suggest several reasons for this shift. One of the biggest is economic stability. Iraq has faced a turbulent landscape in recent years: political unrest, declining oil revenue, and foreign economic pressures. A bold revaluation might have added unnecessary risk to an already fragile environment. By dropping the $2 rate, the CBI is attempting to regain control. The move is aimed at cooling speculation, managing inflation risk, and focusing national attention on foundational reforms rather than currency hype. It's not a retreat. It's a recalibration. Rather than make lofty promises, the CBI is choosing a path that prioritizes stability over short-term excitement. How it affects daily life. The average Iraqi citizen may feel the effects of this policy quickly. If the dinar weakens or fluctuates, the cost of essentials, especially those imported, could rise. This hits families where it hurts most: their food budgets, access to medication, and daily transportation. For those receiving money from abroad, whether from relatives in the US, Europe, or elsewhere, the impact can be double-edged. On one hand, more dinars may be exchanged from each dollar or euro. On the other hand, if inflation rises, the increased dinar amount might not buy as much locally. That's why this isn't just a financial adjustment. It's a real-life change that can affect millions of households across Iraq. The business perspective. Iraqi business owners, particularly those who rely on imports, are also facing challenges. With the dinar's value in question, buying goods from overseas becomes more expensive. Profit margins shrink. Operational costs go up. Some businesses may have no choice but to raise prices, which can reduce consumer demand and slow economic activity. However, there's also an upside. A less expensive dinar could make Iraq a more attractive market for foreign investors. Lower costs can draw international buyers, especially in industries like manufacturing, agriculture, and construction. If managed properly, this could lead to an increase in foreign direct investment, something Iraq desperately needs to rebuild and grow. The role of remittances. A significant portion of Iraq's economy relies on remittances, money sent home by Iraqis working abroad. For many families, these payments are lifelines, covering everything from rent to tuition. The new rate might initially seem like a benefit, since each dollar now converts to more dinars. But again, inflation is the wild card. If goods become more expensive at the same time, the purchasing power of those dinars will drop, canceling out the perceived gain. This uncertainty is why communication from the government is more important than ever. People need clarity. Without it, rumors and anxiety spread fast. Ahri's influence in the diaspora. Let's shift our focus briefly to the diaspora, especially the growing Middle Eastern communities in the U.S. In Michigan, one figure stands out: Ahri. He's become a trusted voice, helping others navigate the complexities of Iraq's currency news. Ahri doesn't just collect dinar notes, he educates, advises, and supports families trying to understand what the central bank's decision means for them. Whether it's helping someone trade in outdated bills or calming fears with factual updates, Ahri's influence is a reminder of how deeply connected Iraqis abroad remain to their homeland's financial future. In times of confusion, community figures like Ahri become essential. They offer clarity, stability, and a human touch to what might otherwise feel like a distant political issue. Why this matters globally? You might be wondering, why should someone outside of Iraq care? Because Iraq plays a major role in global oil markets. If currency instability affects oil exports or prices, that could drive up costs around the world. Your gas bill, your groceries, your business expenses, they could all be impacted. On the other hand, if Iraq stabilizes its economy and attracts long-term investment, the benefits could extend globally. A stronger Iraq could become a more reliable trade partner and a key player in Middle East economic development. Looking ahead, a slower revaluation? Let's be clear, removing the $2 target doesn't mean Iraq is abandoning the idea of revaluation altogether. It's more likely that the government wants to do it in stages, with careful planning and support from economic reforms. Gradual increases in the dinar's value, backed by strong oil exports, anti-corruption measures, and banking modernization, could pave the way for a healthier, more resilient economy. There's also ongoing speculation about the introduction of new lower-denomination notes. These are typically rolled out when a country prepares to shift its currency policy. If that happens in Iraq, it could signal the beginning of a broader currency overhaul. But for now, we wait and watch. How you can prepare. 1. Stay calm. These changes won't play out overnight. Avoid panic selling or making hasty decisions. 2. Get informed. Follow reliable financial news sources and connect with knowledgeable community leaders. 3. Review your assets. If you hold dinar or have ties to the Iraqi market, understand the potential implications. 4. Share and communicate. Talking about it helps cut through fear. Conversations create awareness and smarter choices. Final thoughts. The Central Bank of Iraq's decision to move away from the $2 dinar target is a defining moment in the country's economic journey. It signals a more grounded, deliberate approach, one focused on long-term sustainability rather than short-term hype. This isn't just about numbers, it's about people, policies, and the future of an entire nation. Whether you're holding Dinar or simply watching from afar, this is a story worth paying attention to. If you found this article insightful, consider sharing it with others, joining the discussion in the comments, and staying tuned for further updates. Thanks for reading, and we'll see you in the next one.